Alrighty, for those of you experienced shooters, you're going to find this extremely boring. So just move on to one of my other videos, or you could just, you know, make a sandwich. Yeah, there you go. I had a comment left on my buying your first handgun video saying, hey, why not do one on ammo? So this is going to be my Ammo 101 video. And this is, of course, for people who have never shot a gun, have no idea what the different acronyms are, maybe even reading the box, the end of the box of a box of ammo, what all those letters and numbers mean. This is what this is for those people. This is what this video is about. So when you go to a store like Walmart or your gun store or a gun show, you know, the end of the box is going to have this. You know, it's going to be 9mm Luger. So you're usually going to have the caliber listed first. Okay, 9mm Luger, and then 115 grain FMJRN. In this case, what that stands for is a 115 grain bullet. That's the weight of the bullet, not the size of the charge or anything like that. That's the weight of the bullet. FMJ stands for full metal jacket. RN stands for round nose. So I've got one of those bullets right here. This is a 115 grain full metal jacket round nose bullet. Okay, and we'll go into details exactly what that means in a little bit here. All right, so I'm going to start your lead bullets. Lead bullets you'll mostly find now these days in hand loads and reloads, and they're great plinking rounds. They're very inexpensive. You just have to, you know, make sure your load data is correct, because it's going to be different for lead than it's going to be for full metal jacket or jacketed bullets. All right, you used to be able to buy lead factory rounds more often. I haven't seen any in my area for a long time. I mean, just completely lead bullets. I'm sure they're out there. I just haven't seen any. I know as early as maybe 8-10 years ago, you can get 38 special lead round nose bullets and flat points, but I haven't seen any for a while. Speaking of which, this is 125 grain. Diameter is 357.357, which of course is used in 357 Magnums and 38 specials. And this is what they call a boat tail flat point, or actually it's a beveled boat tail flat point. The boat tail refers to, actually, if you see at the base how it's kind of beveled there at the bottom. I don't know why they call it beveled boat tail, because I think they both mean the same thing. And it's a flat point because the tip of it's flat. All right, so that's what that stands for. The next is a 180 grain 40 caliber, and .400 is actually the diameter, and this is a TFP, which I believe stands for truncated flat point. But the important thing is that it's a flat point. And you know, all 40 caliber ammunition, unless it's hollow point, usually has a flat point for some reason. I don't know why. I just find all 40 caliber ammunition that way, whether it's jacketed or not. And then you have your lead round nose, which is just like how it sounds. This is a 230 grain. This is my 45 ACP bullet. It's actually a 452.452 diameter, but it's a lead round nose bullet, and it's a great round actually for reloading and for plinking. So those are lead bullets. You see, there's no jacket on them. There's nothing covering the lead whatsoever. It's a very inexpensive bullet to reload, and for those of you who are reloading that have never done lead before, I highly recommend it. Okay, so now we're going to go to the bullets you're probably more familiar with. All right, so let's start with the 45 ACP and the 9mm. 9mm is going to be on the left. 45 ACP is going to be on the right. Of course, first is obvious is the size difference: 115 grain versus 230 grain. But let's go ahead and kind of turn the bullets, and you'll see the difference in the base. The 9mm is a full metal jacket, whereas the 45 is a total metal jacket, or TMJ. And all that basically means is that on full metal jackets, of course, you don't see the base once the round is loaded. Okay, so that's why it's considered a full metal jacket. But usually that means the base is exposed, as the lead. You see the lead. Whereas a total metal jacket, the base is covered with the jacket material. Okay, so that's going to be, so when you see TMJ and FMJ, that's basically what that means: total metal jacket and full metal jacket. Is there an advantage of one to the other? I don't know. Some people say that when you have the full metal jacket with the exposed base, the base is, has the ability to expand more and fill the barrel better, and you get more accuracy. I don't know. Perhaps. This is a TMJ 40 caliber, but you notice it's also a flat point. So this is what they call FMJFP, full metal jacket flat point, or a TMJFP, just depending on where you buy it from or who sells it. This was actually listed as an FMJ, but it's a total metal jacket. All right, then we get your hollow points. The two basic kinds are your semi-jacketed hollow point, like this 357 Magnum round. It's 125 grain semi-jacketed hollow point, and the reason why I call it semi-jacketed And you see the jacket only goes about halfway up the exposed part of the bullet. That top part there, that gray part, is actually lead. All right. So semi-jacketed, you also have semi-jacketed flat points, or SJFP, SJSP, which is your semi-jacketed soft point, but SJHP is what this is, semi-jacketed hollow point. So when you see SJ, you know it's semi-jacketed. And then you have just jacketed hollow point, or JHP. Okay, this is a 40 caliber, 40 Smith & Wesson. This is 165 grain defensive round. This is a Winchester Ranger, 40 Smith & Wesson. This is what I used in my 6 Hour P229, my defensive round there. And as you notice, the jacket covers the entire bullet. And yes, I don't know if it covers the base. I've never taken one of these down or apart, but even down into the cavity itself. All right, so that is a JHP, or jacketed hollow point. I mean, you also have semi-wadcutters and wadcutters. Wadcutters basically, think of it like this. A wadcutter, if you turn a bullet and turn it upside down, this will become the nose of the bullet, and it's usually just, of course, used for target practice and punches really nice, clean holes in paper. So I don't have any wadcutters, semi-wadcutters here, but you know, that's your basic ammunition breakdown, the different types of bullets used. Of course, you want to pay attention to the caliber, because there's a lot of offshoots and derivations, like 45 ACP. You also have 45 Gap, which is Glock auto pistol, 45 Maximum. I think there's a 45 LAR still out there. Also 9mm, you have 9x18, 380, 9x21, 9x23 Largo. I mean, you just want to make sure that the caliber that you're getting, so like 9mm Luger is also 9x19, all right, millimeter. You want to make sure that whatever your caliber your gun is, that's the bullet or the ammunition you want to get. So you want to be careful about that. Bullet weights are going to completely depend on your gun, your specific gun. So like in my 6 Hour P229, the 165 grain jacketed hollow points do extremely well, but the 165 grain total metal jacket flat points do not. They don't like to load into that pistol. So you know, it's kind of one of those things you need to experiment with. It's just, guns are quirky that way. But be sure you get the right caliber for the right pistol or handgun or whatever that you're getting, because you can have, I mean, you're risking serious injury if you buy the wrong ammunition. Even though it may chamber, even though it may seem to fit, you know, don't chance it. Make sure that you're getting the right ammunition. So it's important to know what these letters and numbers and things at the end of the box mean. So I hope this has been helpful. If you have any other questions, just PM me, and thanks for watching.